turn out sooner rather than later, I suppose. For no particularly well-defined reason. Hello. Seems the demon cat can also clip through my leg. Right then, that's an interesting ability for a cat to have. My cat is over there. I was wondering if she would respond to the cat. What do you think of the cat? Is it an acceptable cat? She does not seem impressed. Right then, mind you, she isn't even impressed by me. But who can blame her, because no one else is. So, right then, shall we get on with the game? Whatever it was that we were doing. I must apologise if I'm a little out of practice. I have been through some... I don't even think how many exams I've been through since the last time that we recorded, but never mind, none of that. We have demons and monsters to deal with. Not the type on paper, the type in code, I suppose. Right then. Well, that looks like it is rather significant. Presumably we want another one of those weird battery gun things that we found as the detective. Oh, hello again.
Joseph, wait!
That's, that could have gone better. I mean, not narratively, because it worked quite well narratively, but, you know, from a sort of perspective of, not getting killed. I'm just conscious of the fact there's water down there, which means we're probably going to have to deal with more of those invisible people, which is inordinate levels of fun, was it not? What's that? Can I see anything? No, I can merely see some piddle coming out of a pipe. That's not very exciting. Alright then, can I get some sort of an idea as to what I need to do here?
I need full power to get that main gate open.
Yeah, so this is another adventure with the fuses. What fun we're going to have with that. Junction box fuse, yes. So I need to gather up the fuses from the various different boxes around this room in order to question how the hell I get through that door. Unless I'm not supposed to get through that door, and that is just a door to allow baddies through, so that they may leap upon me with great degrees of gusto. Alright, time to absolutely ruin my shoes, and, see what we can find. I found myself questioning where Joseph came from. Because he was down there, which means he must have come from over here. He must have been much better at the high jump than I realised. I didn't realise that being a police detective was a common profession after being an Olympian. There's no ladders here. I was under the distinct impression there would be ladders that I could go up in order to reach places. Crying out loud. Do you want a stiletto to the face? Because you're going to get one. Crying out loud. Was that meant to sort of take a good while before it happened? Or was it just the fact that it took me a while to stand in the right place for that jump scare to happen? Because if that was just a case of it being a little while until it happened, then I rather approve of that. I don't think I can get through here. Unless maybe I can, like, use one of the fuses to, like, partially activate power in order to, achieve more stuff. Like, if I put that here... Yes, here we are. Okay, so I'm going to use like the first fuse to get me part of the way, to give me a second fuse, bring it back, put it in, and then that'll let me get a little further again. Alright then, that seems vaguely reasonable. It's unreasonably dark in here, but never mind. At least there aren't as many collectibles that we have to worry about. Catching. And there's that hinged neck torch thing that I nerded out about so frequently last time. Is that a milk carton or a bollard? It's rather difficult to tell. There is, however, a little demon. A little demon we should get rather vicious with. Excellent. I approve of the developer who implemented that animation. I approve wholeheartedly. There's a thing of interest over there. I can also hear some footsteps. Some spooky footsteps that I cannot identify the location of. Let me see what we've got here first. We have a pipe. I still don't quite understand how I'm not able to see those until I've stared at them for a little while in a well-illuminated location, but never mind. Once I figure out what the crouch button is again, we'll go through here and see what we can find. Alrighty then, up the stairs we go. Oh good! Another one of these. I'm so good at these. These don't take the best part of the afternoon to figure out. Alright, so it's like the first And the first column, if you like, the first element of the matrix, that one needs to be on, and then this whole row needs to be on. Then, what else? The second and fourth, and then the third. Second, fourth, and third. Hooray! That was a lot easier than otherwise. Okie dokie then. Number 6. I have no memory of whether or not we've missed one or not, but never mind. It maybe matters, it maybe doesn't matter. Hopefully once we get all of them, we can piece them together with a bit of glue and some tweezers and see if we can reconstruct what the message said. Even though the fact that it's been torn to shreds is probably not going to be what's most difficult for me to read. I'm probably going to struggle far more with just the calligraphy of it all. Right then, I spy another demon baby. I rather enjoy that. It's nice to just meet something villainous and destroy it with the power of my tootsies and not have it fight back. I rather like that. I should emphasize that I don't know how long these DLCs are. While looking up the... Oh, hello. Hello, friend. You're having some dinner? Having some nice dinner? Idiot. He's certainly making a right meal of it, isn't he? Oh, there are many of them. That is nice. Good to know he has a friend. Should I actually be, like, concerned about this, or should I, should I not? I'm aware I could break these boxes, but I might need them for cover later. So I might just see if I can get this... No, I can get the door open. That's nice. I half wish I couldn't have this door open, now that I see what's inside here. Crying out loud. Is it permanently shut? No, it's temporarily shut. That's absolutely fine. Giddy on. I really hope I don't have to fight one of these kids as Kidman, because I sucked pretty badly trying to kill these things when I had a small munitions depot of weapons in order to fight them. I doubt I'm going to be any better when all I've got is a stiletto. But giddy on. What is it about transforming people into monsters in video games that makes their knob fall off? What's all that about? That seems to be a bit of a trend between these guys and the super mutants. What do we have here? There is a pile of rubble. I initially thought it was a body, but no. We are in a morgue, however, so we should have no excess of demand when it comes to bodies. Is there another gap there? Yes, indeed, there is. Are there any... Oh, that was totally unnecessary? Oh, right. Well, I mean, I could use it as like a little hiding spot to heal myself up if that becomes necessary, but why it would, I do not know. I have met no villainous cads yet, which would require me running away like a screaming child. Let's see what we've got through here as well, on this far side. We have some control doodad console thingamajigs that look like they belong in a vault, rather than a whoever under the sun it is. And again, we can sneak through here. I feel like I'm going to open this door and then one of them big people that we saw in them tanks back there is going to get a little bit cross at me. I have a funny feeling that's what's going to happen. I also have a funny feeling the camera is in the wrong position. Well, since nobody has arrived to chop my block off just yet... Emphasis on the word yet. I'm going to mend the camera and then we're going to get on with life. That's better. There we are. That's a bit better, isn't it? I know the high point of these videos is you being able to see the size of my tie knot, so it would be a real tragedy if I accidentally put the camera in the wrong place and forbid you from noticing that. Can I cover the corner here? Oh, I don't see anything. I do see that little sort of orange circle that appears for a moment that seems to act as a detection meter, implying there is someone around sometimes, but I don't quite know who. Are we going to find that one of these windows is broken and somebody's missing? I didn't really mean for you to do that. I sort of wanted you to... Thank you. Well, that was an interesting development, wasn't it? has gone? I see him not, because I can't see anything down there. This is not the best. Would you mind not standing on the keyboard, please? That's most inconvenient. Right there. The cat has decided to come and sit on my lap, which is an interesting development of situation. And there was me laughing at the beginning of this game saying that cats don't do that. Well, I guess that's what I get for thinking, isn't it? Alright. I think he's over there. I can see a little bit of movement. Dear. Hi, friend. Giddy on. He could pulverize me with no mistake. Would you kindly take your... Would you kindly take your bottom and... your quite literal bottom and just leave, please? You're not very welcome here. Oh dear. Because there's nowhere I can go to get any closer to the door. There's not like another hiding spot that I can use. I have to wait. Unless I go out and sort of lure him away, perhaps. Yeah, I'm going to try that, because it seems like he's not moving. So I'm going to go through here. Would you please settle down? I'm going to go through here. And then poke my head around this corner, like this.
Over here.
You could do it a little bit more adventurously than that, like, "Hey, you big bare bottom bozo! Get your bulbous bum over here, and I shall bash it with a..." Quickly think of something beginning with B. You can bash people with. A baseball bat. There we are. That's even better. That's got 3 B's in it. Right there. Now, I just want to get through here as quickly as possible. Would you please settle? If my thighs are not a comfortable cushion, I'd rather appreciate if you didn't sit on them. Okay, right. Now we get a little bit of cinematic movement. Oh good, and the door shut behind us. Of that I'm grateful. Are my dinner-having friends still here? Yes, indeed, they are, and it doesn't seem like there's any way for them to get out. Let me just move the desk and the chair and everything else into a position where I can accommodate both myself and the cat. Perhaps I shouldn't have been standing around quite as much as I was. Perhaps I should get the hell away from here. This has proven to be a little bit more complicated than I initially anticipated it to be. Right. I need to leave and lure him away as far as I can, I think. So you gonna follow me over here? A friend! What was that? Was that a shadow or did he throw something? A friend! Where are you, naked friend? Hello, naked friend! There we go. I should just slip through here. Like a shadow in the night, I shall be most discreet, and he shall never notice me. If he's not even intelligent enough to put any trousers on, he probably isn't intelligent enough to figure out that I've circumnavigated him. Right then. Hopefully he's also slightly too deaf to hear this. Why do these things have so many rotations required? Can I just go through the door, please? And it won't shut behind me. Can I shut it behind me? Seemingly not, no. Well. I think we're safe now. If you don't mind being far too optimistic about life, I think it's reasonable to say that we're safe. And again, I can hear those footsteps. They must be on like a similar part of the map that's sort of geographically close. As opposed to emotionally close, I suppose. Alright, let me see. I've got another one. I'm going to put it in the... how do I move this again? What? There. I suppose. Do you want me to put them in a different place instead? Do you want me to put them like maybe there to get a different door open this time? Here we go. Alright, I don't think that putting one in the middle seems to do anything, so we'll leave that for the time being. Ah dear, she knows I'm going in a couple of days. So perhaps she's getting a little emotional. I must say that I certainly am myself. Especially this is going to be the last recording I'm going to make here for a couple of months, which is all a little sad, but never mind. Nearly as sad as the fact that I'm probably going to get my brain smashed in a minute if I don't shut up and start being a little bit more discreet. Can I go through this door? Yes, I can. And find a locker. That's good. We could probably hide in here if that becomes necessary. Right. Thank you. Would you kindly kick open the door? I never knew these shoes could be quite so multi-purpose. I don't think we'll be walking on that bit of the floor if you don't mind. Still don't know why I can't open these things. They look like little safes to me, but I wonder if in reality they might be something else, like a miniature dumbwaiter or something. I don't know. 'Tis most mysterious. Maybe it's just the front door of a small mouse creature. They've upgraded from those semicircular holes and have upgraded to little doors with keyholes and everything. Right then, let me have this, please. I feel like perhaps I should have put the fuse in on the right first, and done the one on the left later, given that this one seems to have been a hell of a lot easier to obtain than the other. Oh no. That's a Shruvik, is it not? Is that a Shruvik? Is that what it is? It seems to be an invisible Ruvik, actually. Which, oh, giddy on. Do I need to run away from you? No, but he will run away with half of the door. Which is kind of him. Right. Can I perhaps lure him over the spikes? If I can maneuver my bomb to get the buttons in the correct place.
Come here.
Hello, friend. Would you like to get died? Hey, that worked surprisingly well. Sort of criminally well, given that it was a plan that I put together, so it should have fallen apart faster than a Jenga tower in a wind tunnel. But never mind. Can I go through here now? Yes, I can. And I can meet a nice lady and a nice man. Hello, nice lady and nice man. How are you doing today? Where the hell am I going? Presumably over there, sort of in that corner where she is. It looks like, yes, there is indeed a pathway there. Alright. I have to somehow get myself over there without being spotted, because there is no, there are no axes, at least none that I can see that I can make use of. I need to kind of maneuver myself around this box without getting seen by you, but I'm slightly afraid that someone's going to see me. You saw nothing. Okay, you maybe slightly saw everything. Well, somebody's dead, which is lovely, and it isn't me, which is even lovelier now that I think about it. Hello, friend. Look at me. I have a big shiny light on me. Wish you could lure people even when you aren't in cover.
Over here.
There we are. So that my vocal cords only work when when I am parking my bum. Should we try that again? And this time not be quite so cretinous. It seems it needs a bit of time to charge. It seems it needs quite a lot of time to charge. Perhaps I should leave. And not remain in this locale any longer. Oh dear. It seems I may have bitten off more than I can chew. A lot more than I can chew, because that isn't going to work ever again. So I am going to run into his face. Oh, my face. My face. And now I've locked myself in a cupboard with him. I dread to think what he's going to do to my corpse. Shall we try that again, and this time be a little tiny bit more competent? I have to struggle quite hard to be any less competent. Alright, so it seems... You do something once. You then repeat the something that you did under identical circumstances, and weirdly everything's different.
Come here.
Can I lure him over to the window instead of round the corner? No. No, I can't. My nose can just begin to run. Yet the incident. I'm going to have to hide in a cupboard. I doubt this is going to work, but we'll give it a retry. Oh. Well, that was oddly pleasant of him. He didn't even try to assault me. He just kind of pulled me out of there and said, "Come on, get on with your life." Right, would you run over this place? Or step over it, please. There we are. That's much better. Right. So it would seem, upon much scientific observation, that I am a dunce. It would also seem that those spiky things only go off once. We have learned a great deal. Right then. I need to either kill them both in the same single maneuver, or be a little bit more competent about running away from the one that I don't kill. And unless this one does go off twice. I feel like it did go off twice, perhaps.
Hey!
Just get rid of him. Because I feel like it did go off once. And that's when I realised that it has a kind of a recharge. Or like a warm-up, shall we say. Because if I could get her to step over it as well, that would be brilliant. But I need to lure them over with something interesting, but not something obviously stake-shaped, as it were. Because if they see me, they'll run for me. But if they just hear me,
Over here.
they'll walk. And that will give the mechanism enough time to wind up and get ready. Don't hire me to hypothesize. Just, in fact, don't hire me at all. Just kind of stick me in a... Just kind of stick me in a blender, because frankly that seems to be the only place that I belong at the moment. Right then. We are going to dance around this box for a little while, I think, and not achieve a great deal else with our life. She looks like she would have been a nice grandmother. She has a nice cardigan on, and a knife, probably for making biscuits. I don't think you make biscuits with knives. Particularly not when you stab people in the neck with them. Oh dear. This is proving to be more difficult than it has any right to be. Important survival skill. Really? Because all it seems to be doing at the moment is getting me killed. Right then. Give me about, oh, I don't know, a trifecta of summers. And then, maybe,
Over here.
maybe we'll have figured this out. Would you stop going that way, you annoying man? You absolute pain in the buttock. Hello, pain in the buttock, as I have now christened you. Right, as hard as this may be for you to believe, I'm actually opting for a non-violent solution. I've killed one, the charming fellow over there, but I've not killed the lady. For instead, I'm just going to try and lure her away long enough for me to get through the door.
Over here.
There we go. See? You don't have to... Oh, Kitty, you do have to be violent. It's quite preferable to be violent. Could I... Oh, there's another thing I need to do? Of course there is, which means I'm going to die again and have to go through it all over again. The frickin' doodle. Idiot. This section isn't in the slightest bit frustrating. Right, hello gentlemen. Lovely to meet you all. I'm so glad you could come out to see me today. I am just going to jump through here and get the hell out of here. Absolutely pronto. And be very grateful for the fact that they're too stupid to operate a door handle. But they still managed it somehow. Right, could I put that there, please? And put... I mean, not really. That's not exactly what I wanted you to do, but you know... We'll get through. There we go. Hopefully they're too afraid of heights to jump down. That seems plausible. No, they all seem to vanish into thin air. Well, that's very nice of them. Like that. Run after Joseph. Oh dear, and I can remember that about 10 minutes ago I started talking about something and then totally forgot to finish my thought. Yes, when I was looking up the solution to that other puzzle that we were doing at the end of the last episode, I also decided to see if there was like a predicted playtime of the DLC, and it said that both this one and what I think is called the Consequences DLC are apparently both 2 chapters, and we are somewhere in the middle of the second chapter, so presumably that means we're maybe about 75% of the way through.
Today was something truly surprising. He was one of the last groups of test subjects. Just another patient I expected to babble and maybe even die. Patient 105, Leslie Withers. Reuben had singled him out as a useless subject, but he must have known. He knew I would read his notes. What else was Reuben lying to me about? But this Leslie, he emerged cognate, calm, and able to report fully what he had experienced inside. His unique pathology allowed him to successfully navigate his STEM experience with little repercussion. They know nothing of his existence, but no doubt he is the key. If we all share the consciousness, then with him, I too should be able to experience the STEM, potentially even suppress the more unsavory aspects of it. With him, I can be the master of the very technology I helped create. Mobius will see my worth and let me rise even higher in their ranks.
I feel like it's not you doing anything here, mate. It's like 90% Reuben and 10% Leslie at this point. But never mind. That's how the corporate ladder works, or whatever under the sun I want to complain about this afternoon. Yeah, so that explains the sort of the value of Leslie, as it were. Don't shoot.
Joseph, you're all right.
You too, thank God.
Any sign of Sebastian?
Nothing. Maybe we can go back and look for him.
No. I mean, let's just get out of here first, then we can worry about Sebastian. Can we open this gate?
I doubt you and I are strong enough.
Joseph, watch yourself.
I'll be fine. Quick, look around and see if there's another way out.
Right, I thought we were going to go into another combat bit, but I do have a gun,
Probably
I
don't have
believe.
much time. Look around for some way out.
I do have a gun, I just don't believe that I have any bullets for the darn thing, but never mind. I have a foot. That seems to be quite effective in murdering people. Let's go through this door and see what we can find. We can find a pusscat! Hello, pusscat. Hello, secondary pusscat. Right, alright. Got slightly confused by secondary pusscat. Right then, let's do a quick save for the sake of, I don't know, there being a power outage in the middle of recording, which actually wouldn't be unprecedented, but never mind. Let us save the game, yes, and see what happens at the top of this little tower. Oh yeah, I actually need a prompt to stand up, don't I? I must say that cat is much more accepting of the fact that human beings have to stand up occasionally when they're being used as cushions than my cat is, but perhaps I shouldn't be all that surprised. I think that was Sebastian. Well, that answers that question. Yes, that is most certainly the detective. So, he sounds quite far away, so there's a bit of an echo going on. Where do you want me to go? Do you want me to go through this door here? Or do you want me to go through here? That seems a little bit more secret. But at the same time, the sort of shining the light on the Mobius logo seems rather integral. It is difficult to know. What have we here? Oh, we've another one of these things going on. Alright, that seems fair enough. What bits are missing? I actually have no idea what that is. It looks like a kind of if you imagine the Avengers logo was like a living being and it was inbred a lot, it might look a little bit like that. Right then. What am I even trying to cast on this thing? I want to make the full Mobius logo, which means I need like the star in the middle. which means I want... Do I want that bit? How do I want to make use... I want to turn it round, can I? Ah, well, that makes a hell of a lot of sense, doesn't it? So that looks like it would make the bottom of it, but I also need to make the spiky bit on the top. That's definitely not right. Let's move this around, see if we can make something a little bit better. That's a bit better. Can we get anything else? That's quite a lot worse now that I think about it. Are there like some lights or something I could turn on? Because how am I going to be able to shine them all at the same time? I don't know. Let me turn this one round, because that should get me like the two... There we go. Or is that all I needed? Oh, I thought I needed a combination of all three. But, you know, that's what I get for thinking. Alright, this does seem like it's more secret rather than integral. And another thing, we may have a listen.
They've refocused the efforts of the other programs to support our research. STEM priority has seemingly overridden other departments' individual research. Chemical and botanical studies are focused now on tempering, priming subjects for their inevitable connection. Now that the prototype is up and running, expect...
Oh, you naughty cat! You leant on the spacebar and ruined everything. You naughty mitten. I shall have to see if I can find the tape now so you can listen to the rest of that. Can we find the rest of the tab? Right, sorry.
They've refocused the efforts of the other programs to support our research. STEM priority has seemingly overridden other departments' individual research. Chemical and botanical studies are focused now on tempering, priming subjects for their inevitable connection. Now that the prototype is up and running, experiments continue. Upon their return from STEM integration, patients are interviewed extensively. While their particular pathologies inform their experiences, there are commonalities. They all experience the same settings, the same occurrences.
I meant scroll. Giddy aunt, I've never had so much difficulty doing this in my life.
They all experience the same settings, the same occurrences. The world they inhabit becomes larger with every new visitor. This suggests that shards of each user's consciousness are left behind inside the stem, creating a community. It's as if internally a new world is being built.
Community sounds almost like a social media company. Right then, if you would be so kind as to not do that again, I shall see if I can continue to play the game. Right, let me reposition the cat somewhat. There we are. That seems highly uncomfortable, but slightly reasonable. And now that we've actually heard the entire audiobook, and I apologise for how cut up that was for the sake of you not having to hear the same thing twice, we shall see what we can find at the end of this little corridor. Goodness, this has been a hell of a recording to send me off, isn't it? Right then. Nothing here. That perhaps should not surprise me. Except a cutscene.
You're losing focus, kid. I warned you about that.
How could this place exist? I don't understand. What's happening in here?
Ruvik knows you're here. He's feeding off you. But there are more important problems. That detective.
Joseph isn't something to worry about. He doesn't suspect
He's
anything.
expendable. How else do you want me to say it? Remove him. That's an order.
Killing Joseph? That's not gonna help me find Leslie.
He can't be trusted. He'll turn on you. They all will, once they know what you're after. We told you. You're weak, kid. And you're disappointing us.
Are you guys all right? We're all right. Sebastian, maybe we can lift this enough for Kidman to go under and open it from the other side.
We're counting on you.
Okay, am I going to finally see what's actually on the other side of that?
It's odd, though. Why would they catch you instead of just killing you?
Maybe he didn't see me as a threat.
He? going to let you take him. You should have followed your orders, kid.
Am I gonna have a boss fight now? Oh. There weren't any bullets in there. I wouldn't worry about it. A boss fight with Joseph sounds interesting. With a fire axe, you say? Interesting. What happens to Joseph actually in the story?
Damn it!
Turn that off. What actually happens to Joseph within the sake of the story? No, I'm not auto crouched. That's a shame. Does Joseph actually die in the story, or does Joseph just vanish? I can't remember. I don't remember it being distinct. Like there being a distinct conclusion, as it were.
Found you.
Hmm? Where? Did you see me? You didn't see me. Oh dear, he does actually seem to have slightly spotted me.
You couldn't have gone far. There you are!
Well, this is an interesting little soiree and a little dance we've got ourselves stuck in. Perhaps I should run away and go through here. I don't know what I'll find through here. Another axe. Oh, I'm full on axes. Oh, that's interesting. So I need to hit him multiple times, presumably. And, you know, I first and foremost need to get away from this kid, which I can't do if I'm stopping for a breather. Would you kindly let go of me? I might have aimed a stiletto a few inches further down, but, you know, that's just the kind of villainous cad I am. Alright, so I need to be sneaky, get behind him, wallop him with the axe, find a new axe, and then do the song and dance time and time again. That much I can manage. Yeah, look, there's loads of axes around here. There must be a good number I need to use on him. Okay then, what the hell is this? Is this a trap? Which direction is he coming from? I don't know. I seem to have done something rather foolish and sort of blinded myself somewhat.
You couldn't have gone.
I'm literally and figuratively stumbling around in the dark with no idea of what I'm doing. Alright. What? Has he seen me or not? What's this saying I can use? Oh, I think it's like a tape recorder. Which side is he coming from? There we are. If I could get behind him, then I could hit him with a big walloping stick. There we go. Your waistcoat will not protect you from the power of my axe. The fact that you can turn around will, which is a little unfair. And now I've lost so much health that I can't run anymore. Whoop-de-doodle, I should have allowed my health to regenerate a little more. I am not very good at this, and for that, I apologise. Okay. There he is.
Found you.
And there I am, it would seem. Let's just run a good distance away, and then I need to get myself into like a nice area like this where I can kind of loop around. What does this do? Is this something to lure him? To distract him? Perhaps. Because that could be quite nice if that would work, except I highly doubt that it would. Where is he? He's right there. He's right there. He's right there. Now, I'm going to wait here for him to go through that door, except he didn't go through, except he did go through the door.
Found you.
Really? Because I stood up for 2 shakes of the lamb's tail and I put one foot in front of the other one? Naturally. Kitty aunt. These stealth mechanics will drive me over the wall.
You couldn't have gone far.
I didn't. I'm just being slightly confused by your voice actor, who seems horribly familiar from somewhere and I can't place it. Right, where's he gone? I wish the camera was a little higher up. It would make it much easier for me to see what the hell is going on. Right, come on. I know I can do a sneak kill on him. It's just a matter of getting close enough. Unless I could use that to, like, blind him. There we are. Now I can attack. No, kitty aunt.
Fuck you, Kidman!
Man alive, alright, there's no need to get potty mouthed. I don't remember this game being like that, but never mind. It doesn't matter, just one more thing about this game I forgot. Okay then, give me this please. Thank you very much. Now I have an additional bonking stick. Okay, this is fine. this is fine. And it seems quite unlikely that I'll actually die unless he catches me a couple of times in a row, because I can just heal myself up by hiding. Who knew that being a coward was advantageous to one? Okay. So, where's he gone? Where are you? You typing wearing twit. There he is. Seems...
I know you're here, Agent Kidman.
It seems like he is attracted to certain sort of distractions and things. I don't mean like romantically, I just mean like he is. This is not going to end well. Oh, Gideon, now he's got a gun, of course he has. I mean, I can give it a bloody good go, can't I? Gideon. Let me just heal myself up. There we are. Yes, I know, you weren't appreciative of the Oscar nominations. Join the club! Right, okie dokie. Let's just move swiftly on from all of that stupidness and see where he's going. Okay, he's over there. I'd quite like to attack him again in that sort of back room there behind where we are now. Because, okay, here's a little cross. Here's a little cross. He is not the most professional film critic on the planet. Can you see me? I'll take that as a yes. I'll take that as a big, enormous yes. Ah, shush. Yeah, so he's destroyed the movie projector, which means I can no longer distract him with that. So I have to distract him with other things. I actually want to lead him in here. I want to lead him in here so that I can use these things on him in order to stun him. Where are you, friend? Far too frickin' far away. Yes, look, there I am. Isn't that exciting? Come over here. I'm going to zap you with a Tesla trap or whatever under the sun this thing is. Thing is I need him to be like on this side for that one to affect him, which is going to be a little difficult. But let's just see where his patrol takes him. And, man, I really wish this camera was focused on her shoulders instead of on the small in her back. There he goes, laughing like a maniac, you crackpot. Has he gone through the door, or is he coming back over here? I cannot tell. Where are you going?
You're the one that brought us here. I'll kill you for that.
Well, that's nice. It's good to have objectives in life. Right, come on. Come back this way, and let me set this thing off. I don't know what the range on this thing is. Hopefully it's a decent bit. Come on. Maybe I should lure him over with a call. Give him a call on the telephone.
Come here.
That's you, Kidman?
No, it's somebody doing a bloody good impression of me.
Don't run. I'm not gonna make that mistake again.
Alright, so this is like this is like the freeze boss fight in Arkham City, and that he learns, and like he doesn't get stunned by that same thing again. Okay, I didn't realise we were doing anything that intelligent. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. Perfect. Perfect, Gideon. Sorry, this is genuinely rather stressful. It shouldn't be. Oh, Gideon. It shouldn't be, because there's no reasonable way in which he can actually kill me. Like, there is another accent here, isn't there? Yeah, here we are. Like, there's no reasonable way he can kill me. I've just got to get away from him long enough in order to heal myself up again. So there shouldn't really be all that much threat, but at the same time, I need to... What's that red light? Is that something of interest? That is a tape recorder. May I have this, please? May I have this, please? There we are. Play some nice tunes. Where do I want to be, actually? I want to be back here, I think. There we go. You didn't see my bum moving through here. You big smelly person. Why is he laughing so maniacally? Don't turn around. Hey! Why did you do that? Why did you have to grab him first instead of just immediately smacking him? like anyone else would have. There we are.
Why are you making me do this? Damn it, Joseph! You should have just stayed out of the way.
Are there sins you are ashamed of?
I rather assumed that was going to be the end, but we might have a little more. Indeed, we do. We seem to have quite a lot more. Is that the cat?
Wait a second.
No, that's the stain.
This house... No, it can't be.
This looks like some of the houses from the earlier part of the game, like when we encountered the Dr. Valerio and the rest of them. What? What are you so cross and indignant about? Kitty answer. Yes, I must apologise for being so uncouth. My handkerchiefs are in the wash at the moment. Alright, so that certainly did seem like a sort of closing boss fight. We'll get to Grandma in a moment. First, I wish to see what I can find through some of these other... Would you not reverse onto the keyboard? Right. If there's one thing the keyboard doesn't need, it's your buttons. Yes, here we are indeed with the, what I think they described as a market. Can I go down there? Yes, I can. But we didn't get to meet Grandma. Grandma promised me a cookie. I'd rather like a cookie, please. Dearest Grandma. Oh, is dearest Grandma gone? No! I missed the Grandma scare. Oh. I do apologise, I failed miserably.
Please tell me about your family.
Next subject.
No. We've prolonged this talk for a while now. It's important for our understanding of you.
They never gave a shit. Too caught up in that church of theirs. More like a cult. It was like a punishment. Nothing I ever did was good enough for them.
They abused you?
No. It was more like neglect. That's why when I just left, they didn't care. They never came looking, they just gave up.
And you never went back to them?
I did. A couple of years later, they were gone. Everyone was gone. It was like the whole town got up and moved. I should have felt something, but I didn't.
And how do you feel about it now?
The same. They can rot for all I care. It was strange, though. There's a statue in the center of town. An angel with its head in its hands. I used to just stare at it when I was young, thinking it was sad. But now, I felt like even that statue knew how pitiful life was there. What a terrible place.
Goodness, they're giving the Kidman a lot more backstory than I would have imagined. When she initially mentioned a culty-like church, I wondered whether she meant the church where we... Oh no. I wonder if she meant the church where we encountered that big demon dog and the two twins that were created in the laboratory there. I wondered whether... Goodness. I wondered whether that might be the scenario. But and if I remember correctly, the church was encountered very soon after this bit of map here. So, in fact, that might be it over there. I'm not sure. I don't quite remember how it looked. But there seem to be some more documents here, but I can't read any of them. They have a few too many bloodstains on them. Somehow I don't have a million bloodstains on me from having murdered Joseph. But I'm trying to figure out, like, the ordering of events here, which is rather difficult for me to do, but I am trying. I mean, I know I'm trying in general, but you know.
Leslie! Leslie, stop!
Kitty. Oh, Kitty on. Where did she go? And why has she been replaced by a telephone
At
pole?
night I would stare up at the statue lit up in the center of town. It looked like it was crying for all the wasted life in that place.
That's nice. That also reminds me of the face of the spooky demon person with the stockings, who I totally forgot about because we haven't seen her this week. Which makes me think that she actually might be the final boss fight rather than Joseph. But yeah, just trying to figure out the ordering of the events, because if we're going off to get Leslie, and presumably find him in the church, if I remember correctly, after dealing with the devil dog, the detective and Joseph went into the church together and heard me shouting out Leslie's name. Which means Joseph must still be alive. Either that, or everything is just a psychedelic hallucination craziness, and I haven't got a baldies what's going on. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like I'm able to go through the door, or even get through the letterbox. But, alright, there must be something else around here, somewhere else that I can go. Something else that I can do other than find it difficult to maneuver because of how very dark it is. I don't think there's anything over here. Looks like there's some steps this way. This looks like it's taking me back, sort of in the reverse direction to where the detective went in the main game. So I can't go through that. May I bash this? I don't really know what good it will do. Well, I have found something. What have I found? What did I find? I found a thing. I found another one of these. That's interesting. I don't know where the code is going to be. I can hear a weird sort of bashing noise, however, as if somebody is trotting around. Let me see if I can find the combination, the sequence, the whatever you want to call it, for the safe. It's going to be very difficult to do.
A piece of my past. STEM must be creating this.
Well, it did say that the STEM community and the world that they inhabit gets larger every time somebody's joined to the system, and presuming that I have been joined to the system, hence me being here, one is left to assume that I cannot read what that says. One is left to assume that I have contributed something to the creation of this world as well, which perhaps is this part where Kidman's childhood seems to have taken place. I'm not seeing anything useful, although this seems a bit more significant. We might come back to that in a minute when I feel a bit less nervous. I wanted to go over there and smash those boxes, but I don't actually think I can access the map. It's so dark. I don't think the game has ever been quite this dark before. So it's managing to pull it off despite a lack of precedent. Do you want me to have this? The shape of the searchlight seems oddly familiar. It is splattered with grease and smells of blood. Yes, it does seem familiar, because somebody who is using that flashlight as a face has attempted to murder me about half a dozen times. But, alright. Let me, let me wonder if that dog's dinner on the other side is the thing that's moaning and groaning quite so much. And when I say dog's dinner, I don't just mean its visual appeal or lack thereof. I also mean the fact that it's probably literally going to be the dinner of the local deacon's dog. Oh dear, I really hope I don't have to fight that thing. That thing was hard enough to fight when I had a crossbow and all the rest of it. Alright, can I put this here, please? Oh, okay, and then I can twist it around so that it shines at this thing. Can I do the same with this one? What? Press space to rotate. No, I think we're about finished with this one. Presumably if it wants me to, like, light up all three of these, then perhaps the door will work. There we are. Are you happy now? May I go, or is there another podium? Unless you want me to stand here and shine at it myself. Oh, you do! I used my brain and I worked it out like a clever person. She doesn't look sad or crying to me. She looks more like she's kind of holding her hand above her face and almost like a face palm. It's like, oh, Gideon, I told you to buy the good soap that I like, and you bought the discount brand again so you could buy more booze, husband Jeremy Person. I must now slap you with my wings, or whatever it is that angels do with their day. I don't know. I had to invent this angel sitcom on the fly, and I didn't do a very good job of it, but never mind. All I can do is apologise and feel ashamed of myself. But don't worry, I'll certainly do that because I'm good at that. I've only been doing it for about 20 years. Okay, it seems like there must be a code for this thing somewhere. Except I have no idea where it is. Yeah, so give me a moment. I'm going to wander around a little bit longer and see if I can find find the thing for the thing in order to get the other thing out of it, if you don't mind me being a bit too general with my terminology. Yeah, let me just wander around for a moment and see if I can find anything. Maybe it's back inside. Oh dear. Why do I not just have those tissues? I have literally a piece of tissue paper under. Oh dear. There has to be something. There has to be something, it has to be somewhere. I don't know if I'm feeling out of sorts or something in this episode, but I really don't feel like I'm saying anything. I feel like I'm just... as if I'm just here along for the ride, rather than actually being, you know, like a main selling point of this. So I apologise for that if this video has been a bit crap in editing. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. That is part of the danger of doing a series, though. You know, if you record an episode, you can't exactly just cast that one off and say, oh no, that one's crap, we won't use that one, like you can with separate games. You kind of have to, you still have to put it out, otherwise people are, why did you miss an hour of game all of a sudden? Which just kind of add a degree of pressure, I suppose, for you to... Oh, we have found a sneaky place. Might the code be here? Might the code... There's an enormous snail there. That's nice. Alright, well that's interesting and unique. I didn't expect to find a massive snail and then cook it with my ultraviolet light and then it turned into an action figure. That is a hell of a thing. It's not the code I need for the safe, but it's a hell of a thing. That's interesting. I didn't realise there were collectibles like that. Actually, I suppose I should have realised that when we picked up that Grammy earlier in a previous video, and we unlocked a music track, didn't we? So, who needs a knife that big? Goodness sake. Yeah, I suppose I should have seen that coming, really. But, yeah, that was a little unexpected. I am glad, however, because that means that you do unlock more models in the DLC, which is good, because I was rather hoping that we'd get some extra models for the character model viewer screen thing, because I rather like that. I always like a game that has some nice character models to look at. There has got to be the secret somewhere, but try as I may, I can find it no place. I don't want to have to look it up. That seems a bit naughty, but at the same time, you know, we've found so many of the notes, and that might even be the last one if indeed we are very close to the end. So I don't want to miss it and think that just because I didn't want to swallow my pride and look it up, that I deprived you of being able to see what happens when you get all of them. So I'll look around for another minute, and then if I can't find it, I'll look it up. Did you ever see that old film? I forget its name. But there's like a man in a court, and he's like making a case about something. Like I don't know, it's like a criminal case or litigation or something. I don't know. Anyway, he has this blackboard, I think, and he writes on it the word assume, and he says, when you assume, you make an ass of you and me. It's a hilarious clip, and presumably from a very funny movie. Because this is a totally different problem to what we had before. It's not about making a sequence of lights come on in the correct order. It's just, well, this seems easier than I thought it was going to be. It's a totally different one. Which is great and clever and smart of me, isn't it? Because I assumed and made an ass of myself. Gitty aunt. I'm sorry, alright? I don't know why I'm so stupid, I just am. I don't mean to be, I'm just most dumb. Can we find a nice cat, please? That I could... No, I'm not trying to replace you, honest. I just want to find from the video game so that we can save, because goodness knows we've been going long enough, and I don't really want to get pitchforked in the bum. Though frankly, I wouldn't blame any of you.
In life, we constantly search for a place we feel safe. A home we We imagine that place in our minds and are drawn to it. You had a home, but now that place is here with us.
Well, that's nice. Nice to know I'm welcome somewhere. Yeah, just finish my stupid thought. I wouldn't blame any of you for wanting to pitchfork me for the terrible jokes I tell. That's a bit creepy. Why is it so oddly elongated? It's like the head of Mac Tonight. I don't like that. That's not pleasant. Can I go through this door? No, I can't. I best just go through here. There is the place with the cat, and of that I am grateful. There seems to be some boost there, which is good. I can use that to calm myself down a little bit. Alright then, that's it. Oh goodness. There is the face of a spooky Pope person. Oh, giddy. What a lovely place to leave this poor woman for the sake of a whole week. Oh dear. Oh dear, and a nice skull as well. Oh good, little audiobook. We'll listen to this before we go.
Reuben has no idea what he's done. It's not surprising that he doesn't care either. He was never motivated by fear of Mobius. The STEM prototype works, but only when connected to Reuben. I've checked the details, and he customized the whole system to only operate with his own brainwave pattern. I left him alone with the device for far too long. Trusted him too much, and despite all my knowledge in the field, it's past the point of fixing. I can't just flip a switch. And that's not the worst of it. They know as well. I'm not going to take the blame for this. I will drag him here and make him fix it. I can't imagine what they will do to him if he doesn't.
I can. They'll decide, we need Reuben to make the machine work, so let's chop Reuben's head off and stick it in the box and make it work like that. Which seems just positively pleasant. Right then. Never mind, none of that. Right, I apologise if this has been a weird or slightly off recording. I do sincerely apologise for that. As I said, it has been a little while since I recorded due to the presence of some exams, but other than that, everything should hopefully be getting back to some form of vague normality. And it certainly seems like there's a little bit more to do, which I am impressed by. So presumably at some point we're going to battle that Spotface. Spotface is just the nickname that I had in school, but don't worry about that. Spotlight Face is what I meant to say, who presumably is going to be the real boss fight at the end of this, or possibly will be the boss of the other DLC, the Consequences DLC. I don't know how connected at all they are. I know you play as Kidman in both of them, but I don't know if they directly follow on from one another or anything like that. I don't know, we'll have to find that out as we go, but I'm really enjoying this. As I've said before, I like the change in the mechanics, especially when we did the boss fight with Joseph. That was kind of fun to have that kind of stealthing, wandering around mechanic, and yeah, as I said, it reminded me a lot of the Mr. Freeze fights from Arkham City, which is always a good thing. Right then, I am going to have to do something with this little monster. And then, would you just sit still? And say thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.